Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the RMTV Women's Podcast. This is episode 141. Me and Amy here again over Zoom. We were supposed to go in the office this week, but life just gets in the way. So we actually couldn't go into the office. But
when was the last time you were in the office?
I reckon episode 136 or something like that, maybe. Like 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe.
Ooh, that's poor.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, wow.
Poor from us. We do apologise. We can only really film of evenings, and then obviously the office isn't always open that late, and blah blah blah. And we obviously need someone to film it.
You know what we need? Your own office.
You got money for that? Because I haven't.
No, I do not. So we're going to park that idea.
Yeah. We'll add it to the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, a few topics to discuss today. Obviously the big talking point for women's football at the minute, apart from obviously the whole pre-season stuff, is the Olympics that is going on at the minute.
Yeah.
I haven't watched as much of the Olympics as I would have liked to, simply because time zones are a thing.
Yeah, it's a real issue. I love the athletics, and I ain't watched a single bit of it.
Yeah.
It's on at like mad times.
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit sad.
Yeah. I know, because most of the women's footy as well has been on at like 11 in the morning or 12, and it's like, I'm in work, guys. I can't watch that.
What good does that give us? Do you know what I mean?
Not helping.
None. No.
Not helping us, lads, honestly. But yeah, obviously Team GB were beaten by Australia. We didn't do a podcast last week, so we haven't had a chance to sort of discuss it. But they obviously were beaten by Australia in a 4-3 thriller. It's a bit of a mouthful. A thriller. I think we just need to talk about Ellen White, because the tournament she has had, it's just been amazing. Obviously she got a hat-trick in that Australia game as well, which is incredible. Like, if anyone's going to be star of the tournament for Team GB, it would be her, wouldn't you think?
What a woman. What a blowing woman. You know what, like, I feel like ever since the World Cup, when we played America, and Ellen White's toenail was offside or whatever it was.
Never getting over it.
I'm not over it, never will be. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine for now. I just feel like this was like her tournament to like get back at that. I mean, we know she's a prolific goal scorer in the WSL, and we know she's a prolific goal scorer in international football, and it was so nice that she could display that at the tournament. Like, if she is not in team of the tournament, like, it's rigged. Like, not okay, because I don't even know. I should know how many goals she scored, but it must be like 6, surely, something like that.
6 or 7, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. And like, what an unbelievable achievement! Like, first on the team sheet without a doubt for those games, and like, yeah, I just think she really worked well with Lauren Hemp as well when they were playing. I mean, the delivery from Lauren Hemp for some of her goals was just unreal. And Lucy Bronze as well delivered a few. So yeah, it's really sad. Like, I genuinely thought that it was such a good time for Team GB to like kind of go all the way. Like, we've been so close so many times in big international tournaments. So, but you know what? It's all leading up to the fact that we're going to win the Euros, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But that's probably like a good perspective to have on it, because it does make you look ahead to the next few tournaments. Obviously Australia hosting the Women's World Cup, we'll go more into that like in a minute, but like you're saying there, going into the Euros next year, obviously you'll have like a different manager and stuff then, but you'd like to think that the team's not going to change that much in the next 12 months, that, you know.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, you've got people that will come back into the team as well, like Chloe Kelly, who's been out with injury. So there are a few that can come back in and make it even stronger. Like you don't know how good of a season Beth Mead's going to have. Is Jordan Nobbs going to be within the mix again? Like there's or is there going to be new young talent coming through as well? Like it's already quite a young squad, but you never know.
Yeah, and I think obviously the likes of like Ella Toon and Neil Charles and players like that went to obviously the Olympics. Like that's more experience for them going into a new season. Obviously they've had really good seasons for their clubs last year. Going into a new season, it's another thing under the belt that sort of puts them in good stead to be in the squad for the Euros as well, which is really exciting. But yeah, I mentioned Australia there. Obviously, it was USA versus Australia today in the bronze medal match. Unfortunately, couldn't watch it, but I've seen the highlights and it looked like a really, really good game. I'm gutted I couldn't watch it in real time, but obviously the USA were victorious in that in another 4-3 game. Australia just love a 4-3, don't they?
They do love the goals.
Yeah, they love the goals, but I think Megan Rapinoe shone in that match. I think her 2 goals were exceptional. I'm not sure about the first one, whether she meant it from the corner, but we'll let it have it. We'll let it off. But yeah, that's their 6th Olympic medal now, their first ever bronze medal. Obviously they've won it.
Tell you what, they've had it's nothing short of a terrible tournament for them. Still come out with a medal, but it's a terrible tournament for them. Like the way that you would have thought some of the teams that they came up against, they would have dominated. But you can flip that on its head and you can go like, well, those other teams must be getting better. Like the standard of all the different teams internationally must be getting so much better. So you can kind of have to like look at it that way. But it is cool. It's I'm kind of glad that we're gonna have a different winner. I know that sounds really sad and like a bit sly on the US, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's like someone else's time to shine.
It's the same at like when they won the World Cup in 2019. It's like, oh, like well done guys, but like let someone else have a go. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like
it's like when you get left out when someone's kicking the ball to each other. It's like, can I play? And they're like, yeah, you can be piggy in the middle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like you've just said there, like obviously it's making way for teams, other teams who are getting better, and Australia is one of them. I think like the way they've really stepped up over the last couple of years has been amazing. And obviously, like I said earlier, they've got the Women's World Cup to host in 2023, which like is just going to be such an exciting tournament. Like the fact that they're hosting the way they've been performing, the team they've currently got, they're only going to get better over the next 2 years. So you can only imagine what type of tournament that's going to be. The likes of like the USA team is probably going to look completely different to what it is now, because there will be some of those players there who won't be playing international tournament football. I mean, you never know. Carly is still going, like, so she's probably going to be there, but you just don't know at that point. But I don't know. I'm just really excited for Australia. I think that's like the whole buzz around them at the minute is just what can we expect from this team.
Yeah. I feel like it's interesting because they emerged. Sorry, I was just thinking.
That was a long pause.
I think you're a bit laggy as well. It didn't help.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is really exciting. Like, as I kind of like alluded to a bit just a minute ago, the fact that teams are getting better and it's becoming more apparent. Like all the work that's gone in over the last few years to get women's football where it is, I think it's finally starting to pay off a little bit. Like the standard is so high, and it just keeps getting better and better. And you can't predict who's going to win these tournaments. Like you've got your favourites. You'd put money on the US at least making the semi-finals, etc. Each time. Not this year, but do you know what I mean? And then you'd sort of, like the ones that will get far. But now it's like, well, oh God, well, there could be loads that could get that far because the standard is just like increasing each week. So it is really, the World Cup in 2023 is going to be huge. And even the Euros next year will be really, really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, the final is tomorrow. It's Sweden versus Canada, which is like mad to say. Like you wouldn't expect them to be in the final. Like we've just said, you're expecting like a US.
That's a cool final, that.
There's a cool final. I don't know. I think I'm probably just gonna go for Sweden. I think Sweden might just have the edge. Yeah, I don't know
I think
why.
it's going to be close. Like, regardless, I think it's going to be very close.
Yeah, it is. Well, both these teams have done really well, and like Canada beating the USA was like massive. I think that's like ended like an 123-year like streak or something absolutely bizarre like that. Like we haven't beat them since in like a tournament or something along those lines, which is crazy. So yeah, I bet you they're really buzzing about it. 'Cause I don't think they've ever won like an Olympic medal in football, so that'll be really interesting for them. So
Cool, isn't it?
I kind of want them to win just off that, because like imagine like winning like your first Olympic medal, like that would be so cool. But then I think Sweden are like really good as well. So who knows? Who knows?
Exciting!
It is. It's tomorrow. I'm not sure of the time. Probably 12 o'clock again, isn't it? Being work, won't know. Yeah,
It's crap, innit?
yeah, it is. But it's fine. We can watch the highlights. It's all good. But yeah, we'll move.
Today,
What?
you know, like the Today at the Olympics, the show that they put on. Never mind, to carry on.
No. Okay.
Only true watchers will know.
The true OGs.
Yeah.
We'll move on then. We'll chat about Liverpool for a little minute then. Obviously pre-season.
I think we've not been very Liverpool related recently.
No, there's been a lot going on, hasn't there? But obviously Liverpool back in pre-season now. A 6-1 defeat against Leicester isn't exactly ideal.
It's not what I wanted, if I'm being honest.
It's not what I hoped for.
It's not what I wished for.
But in terms of like looking at it as pre-season's pre-season. It's just about fitness levels, really, isn't it?
No one cares.
You see every footballer with the caption another 45 minutes in the tank. Do you know what I mean? It's just that's all it
But
is.
to get the legs out for a run,
Yeah,
stretch the legs, yeah.
exactly. So you can't really look that much into pre-season. I don't think you can't really look that much into that defeat against Leicester. No, it doesn't count for anything. What sound?
No.
Like you've had your little run out. Do you know what I mean? I think what's more important for Liverpool in this pre-season is obviously with a new manager coming in, it's just like getting the squad together and filming. Just my dad making a brief visit there. I just heard them knock on the door and was like, oh no.
Oh God, it's good.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously the main thing is obviously having a new manager and having the team sort of integrate together, see what works best, who works well together on the pitch, who doesn't maybe, or just like the little small things of like who links up better, who performs better way. I think that's what's most important, especially with a new manager coming in.
I mean, 6-1's not great, is it? But yeah, you got to look at the positives. More minutes, like the players are now gelling in terms of the old with the new. If anything, it was just nice to see them all in the kit. Do you know what I mean? Having a bit of a kick out on the pitch. You can't read too much into pre-season. I think we had a good pre-season last year, and
look what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't really like read into it too much. But as you said, like minutes, fitness, get it all up. Like it's a massive season, probably the biggest we've had in a very long time.
Yeah,
it is a massive season. Even more so from last year. Like now the pressure's on ×2 from last year, because if we stay in this championship again, it's going to be even tougher to get out of it. So like the time is now. So it's a bit squeaky bum time.
Yeah, definitely. We have another friendly against United this Sunday, so I'm not sure if anything's going to be on like LFC TV or YouTube or anything like that. I'm not sure. Obviously, if we find out, we'll let you know on Twitter and whatnot. But yeah, the season's not far off now, so like you said, there's a squeaky bum down.
It's ridiculous how close it is.
It's literally like three weekends, 2 weekends, no, 3.
To be honest.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It should be exciting. But sticking with Liverpool, the article on This Is Anfield was released yesterday, I think it was. We're filming this on Thursday evening, so yesterday, Wednesday, it was released. Basically, just giving having a discussion about the training ground situation with Liverpool women at the minute. Talks are in progress for a more permanent home just for LFC women. Obviously, the club are in the process of identifying a new training base for the women's team. They're currently at Solar Campus on the Wirral, which they share with Tranmere Rovers. Obviously, we share Prenton and we share the Solar Campus with them. Which, is nice. We've been to Solar before. Have you been to Solar?
I've never been.
Have you not? Oh my god.
I want to go.
I went when I interviewed Neve Charles.
Yeah.
I think you might have been away or you were at uni or something like that.
I think I must have been at home.
Yeah. And then obviously whenever there's been like a media day, we've always missed it because we've been on holiday. Like we somehow just plan our holidays at the same time every year and we always miss it.
Well, I'm not going on holiday, so it's sad.
Yeah. I mean, I am, and I'm missing the first game, and I'm like, oh no. I am actually really stressed about it. It is really like, I just don't want to miss it. So I'm like, I did try and come back, like change my flight, and like I did try and come back earlier, but it would just cost me too much, and I was like, I can't afford to do that, lads. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna miss it, but
okay, it's only one.
It's only one. It's fine. I'm allowed one.
You're allowed one.
I'm allowed one.
I'll hold the fort.
Yeah.
But the fort will not burn down in your absence.
It sounds. Don't worry about it then. But yeah, obviously with the change in situation, it's obviously been a huge talking point for the women for like 2 seasons now. I feel like maybe even a bit longer. It makes sense for them to have their own place, especially with the way women's football is going now. You look around at all the other teams and you see like Everton at Finch Farm, Chelsea have their facilities, Arsenal have their facilities, obviously West Ham moving into the old men's training facility. Another club's done it recently. I just can't think of who it was. I think it might be Aston Villa or someone along those lines. Leicester have obviously really stepped up as well. So it just makes sense for Liverpool to have their own space as well. And obviously Kirby was a big talking point when they built the new training ground there for the men's team. Obviously the academy's based there, so that makes sense. But I'd feel like if that was going to happen, it would have happened by now. So I don't think that's likely to happen. I think that just needs to be pushed to one side. We just need to focus on finding our own place.
Yeah, I agree. I think what's interesting is, with Leicester, obviously they've gone into the WSL now and they're like full-time, recruited really well. Because the men have a new training facility, the women are now moving to the old training facility.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like coming back to like the whole Melwood thing again, whether that, it's so annoying because you don't know whether that's even a viable option. Like you never will know.
Yeah, well, we mentioned this, didn't we? And I don't think it is anymore because I think obviously Jamie Carragher and Robbie Fowler own it now and have their academy and stuff like that there. So I think that's Kirby and Melwood are completely out the picture now. I feel like
it's tough. I think it would be nice for them to have their own place. I mean, when you look at Walton Hall Park and whatever, and they can start to build something there. Yeah. You can build fear when opponents come and face you, like, because you're gonna have the crowd, the support, like just the establishment that is yours. I think that would be really nice. Like, don't get me wrong, like as far as I know, the facilities at Tranmere are good. Like, and obviously Prenton Park's an amazing stadium. It's just not Liverpool's, and I think that's what doesn't sit right with most people. The fact that it isn't anything to do with Liverpool. It's not even in Liverpool.
It's
So
kind
it's like,
you can't. I don't know whether you've ever felt like that, but like on match days, you kind of just feel like you're borrowing something.
you just definitely.
Like Prenton's amazing. Like it's such a good stadium, and
We're so lucky to have it. It's just
yeah,
we want to get the women's to the stage where they can have their own, and it is their own, and they can treat it like their own. Like, it's such a big pull for players as well. Like, that you can say, the women have their own facility, completely facilitated with everything.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be unreal for a lot of players. Like, if I was a player, that would be what would attract me as well, regardless of obviously the values and stuff. But it would definitely swing it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's just nice that like it's not just being let go. It's obviously something that the club is still fully focused and like 100% working on. Obviously, these things just take time, and as much as us as fans just want something, as soon as it's mentioned, you do just have to be patient with these things and just hope, that in the end that you get something that's just going to be beneficial.
Everything always works out, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So it's just a matter of like waiting until that happens, and it
will.
will.
Yeah, it'll be all good. Yeah. Final subject for today's pod then. Obviously, with the new season incoming, obviously the new TV deals and whatnot with Sky Sports and all those guys. When it first got announced, we had like a big discussion of how the punditry is going to be, who's going to do what. And we always said that we wanted someone who knew the game, and obviously Karen Carney has been revealed as the lead for the Women's Super League pundit for Sky Sports for next season, which is just amazing. I'm so glad that it's her that's doing it, because she knows the leagues inside and out. She knows the players inside and out. Like, you just know that she's
no one better.
Yeah, you just know that she's going to bring the best analysis to those games.
100%, absolutely 100%. I couldn't think of anyone. I mean, the only other person that probably would have been on par is Alex Scott. You never know, she might be jumping in on it now and again, which would be great. I think you need someone to be the lead who's been there and has done it and has been a part of it, knows everything about it, knows how it works, knows the players, knows everything like that, but then equally just knows football like inside and out, because there's such a risk with this that certain people who are very closed-minded are just going to absolutely tear it to shreds. But if you've got someone on there who actually knows what they're talking about, can make sense, can talk about the game in such a way that other people can understand, it only puts you in a good stead. And yeah, you're going to still get people that are really against the idea and that are going to slate it and whatnot. But as long as you know that you've got someone on there who you trust, like, I would trust Karen Carney to tell me what's happening, and then that'd be what is actually happening, rather than just feeding me a load of crap, because I'd trust her to tell me exactly what's going on because she's been there and done that. And I think in order for these channels to be successful and for it to work and grow and be what Sky and whatever have said and suggested that it could be, like it's a good start to have her in there for sure.
Yeah, and it also like opens up a whole new avenue for those new pundits who are, someone could come in like an Alex Scott who hasn't done punditry before, but goes in and just takes to it like a duck to water. It just opens up a whole new avenue for like up and coming pundits and whoever else, just to sort of make their mark on it as well, which is really exciting. But I hope we get like obviously it won't be to the extent of like a Monday Night Football like show where they have like a 2-hour thing, but I'd like to think that we could have the whole, like, when they have like the graphics on the board and they can do the little just the minor details where you can like go through the lineups and talk about tactics and stuff like that. Like, that's something I'm interested to see if that carries into the women's side of stuff. Don't know if you agree. Oh, you froze.
I'd like to think it will, because I'm back. I'd like to think it would, because that's what Sky does. That's what you
Yeah.
expect when you turn on Sky. And I'd hope to think that they wouldn't give a different treatment just because it's the women's game. You know what I mean? It's like the Sky package. So you would like to think that that would happen. And if it doesn't, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter. So I want to hear that. You know what I mean? I want to see it. I want to learn it. I want to know it.
Yeah.
So you'd like to think that they would do that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see. I'm sure whatever they do will be.
Maybe we'll get on Sky. Sky, if you want to. Absolutely incredible young presenters. Don't come to us. Go to someone else.
No, come to us. We're here. Yeah. No, but yeah, it'd be good. So much football on TV. Actually, I'm so excited. It'll be good.
All the time.
Yeah.
Men play this. Not next. Is it next weekend?
Next weekend starts 14. Yeah, I'm up prepared. It's fine though. Okay. But yeah, that's everything on today's agenda. Hope you enjoyed listening or watching this podcast.
Sorry, the podcast is late this week, everyone. It's been a rough one. It was on Wednesday, and I was off, so I didn't. There was no film on Wednesday, so
yeah. Wish Amy happy birthday in the comments.
Alright, it's past now. I'm old. It's fine.
Yeah, have you had your breakdown about being 22? Yeah.
No, I'm just over it, innit? I'm just like, yeah. I feel like all my good birthdays are gone, so they're all the same.
Yeah. The breakdown will come, I've told you. It'll be a few days later. It'll be if you randomly FaceTime me crying on Saturday, I know why.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for watching this podcast. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all next time with a new video. Bye.